We're here in Rio de Janeiro, and I guarantee you this will be an unforgettable experience as you get to taste the food, the culture, have experiences with the historical aspect of Brazil. That's right, one of the major parts of the African diaspora. And guess what? We want you to join us here in Brazil. The views are amazing, the food is spectacular, and the experience is unforgettable. And the only thing that's missing is you. Join us.
Just when I thought the United States wouldn't shock me, they shock me times 1,000. Like, at this point, I have ran out of shockery when it comes to the United States. Like, at this point, I just feel like whatever they do, I'm just going to react once and just move on, because what do you mean? Anyway, you do know that the Trump administration have nominated Brent Bozell III to be the U.S. ambassador to South Africa. And before leaving the States to South Africa, Brent Bozell made sure to tell the Trump administration, or to tell America, that he is going to make sure that South Africa will be on its knees for the United States. It will become a proxy of the United States. He was going to make sure that he sways the foreign interest of South Africa in the direction of the United States. He's going to make sure that whatever Donald Trump wants in South Africa, he will get it. And I was just like, yeah, no. And at this point, they can no longer shock me. Before he left, he said he's going to make sure that South Africa withdraws from BRICS, that South Africa withdraw their case against Israel at the International Court of Justice, that South Africa sever all ties with Iran, that South Africa only obeys the United States. Basically, that is what he said before leaving and coming here. And we know that Brent Bozell has historical ties with the apartheid regime. He was advocating for the apartheid regime to the Reagan administration, even going as far as forcing the Reagan administration to recognize the ANC as a terrorist state. Not as a terrorist state, my bad, as a terrorist organization. He wanted the Reagan administration to keep funding the apartheid regime and to make sure that it doesn't end, to make sure that South Africa does not become a democracy. And today, he is the ambassador to the very same country that he was opposing, the very same country he spoke negatively about. So, yeah, no, my mind is blown when it comes to the United States, but not as blown when Brent Bozell went on Biz News to give a speech, an interview. Basically, Biz News is owned by Rob Herzog. I spoke so many times about Rob Herzog, an ex-apartheid military soldier that is responsible for funding terrorist organization that aim to spread the spirit of xenophobia in us. Yeah. You all know that terrorist organization that is busy attacking and abusing our African brothers and sisters. I'm not going to mention them, but they are funded by Rob Herzog. Just saying. So Rob Herzog is the reason why South Africa at this point is at a chaotic state. And recently, he went on international stages. He went to every Tom, Dick, and Harry media outlet to ask for the United States to invade South Africa because the ANC refuses the Boers from pillaging power, refuses to let the spirit of apartheid rule South Africa, refuses basically to make the Boers the better humans. That's all I'm going to say. So anyway, Rob Herzog owns Biz News, and as of recent, Brent Bozell went on Biz News and said that he is not happy that South Africa insulted Donald Trump the week before he came here. He's not happy that South Africa has deep historical ties with Iran. He is not happy that South Africa has sent condolences to the Khamenei family after their leader, their father, and also Iran leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei was killed in these recent Israel strikes on Iran. So he didn't like that South Africa sent their condolences. I'm sorry, South Africa has historical ties with Iran because Iran did right by us. Iran is one of the countries, is one of the few countries that sanctioned the apartheid regime, that spoke and advocated for our rights. We know our friends, just like how Russia aided the anti-apartheid soldiers that were exiled in South Africa. They aided them, provided them with weapons to defend themselves. We know where our bread is buttered. So we cannot have someone that advocated for the apartheid regime, someone that is a pro-apartheid activist, and apartheid sympathizer tell us where our loyalty should lie. We will not have him dictate our foreign policies. We will not have Brand Bozo with his shriveled skin to tell us who we must partner with and who we must not. Dictate our bilateral ties. Dictate where we should trade. Check out this clip and let us come back and discuss.
But that has to be resolved. The foreign policy has to be resolved. The statements, the things that have happened in the last week are not at all helpful. Insulting our president on the eve of coming to our country is not a good sign. Sending condolences letters to Iran after one of the world's greatest terrorists has been put down is not a good sign. They have to be resolved, and there are going to be some tough discussions ahead. But hopefully, South Africa will understand that it ought not to be aligning with international pariahs like Iran. The United States is I should look at it this way too. We're running out of patience. We believe that more and more it becomes a statement by the South African government when it doesn't want to respond to simple questions that we have. We may not get clarity on the kill the boer chant that we believe is hate speech. I'm sorry, I don't care what your courts say. It's hate speech. We believe that there is clarity on the expropriation. We believe we can find these things. But the South African government has to step up to the plate.
You see that? The sheer arrogance that you think you own South Africa after you were the reason why it took time for us to cross over to a democratic society. You see the sheer arrogance that this man has. The entitlement to think that he owns us and he owns where our loyalty should lie, who we should trade with, who we should partner with. So he wants us to withdraw from BRICS because it's not what the United States want. Well, sorry, United States does not dictate our foreign policies. The United States is not the mothership of South Africa. We are an independent state away from the United States. So if this partnership with South Africa, with the United States, is going to be based on what they want for us, and is going to be based on them constantly interfering in our national policies and our constitution and meddling in our business, then we might as well end ties with the United States of America. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it if they're going to bamboozle their principles upon us and dictate how we should move. And especially these words coming from someone that advocated for apartheid. No, I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. The United States is not going to dictate our lives, where we should sleep, where we should eat, who we should sleep with. No. No. Not even Russia is this bossy. So I think we should cut ties with the United States if this is the attitude that Brand Bozo is going to be bringing. If this is the Trump administration attitude towards South Africa. Because the last time our ambassador to the US was declared persona non grata for having an opinion, for trying to dictate US policies. That's what they said. They declared him persona non grata. Ibrahim Rasool, South Africa's ambassador to the US, was declared persona non grata by Marco Rubio because of a statement that he made that was true, that the Trump administration is a white supremacy administration. And today we can see the attitude of the Trump administration, the attitude of the white supremacy walking in day broad light, trying to dictate our lives. The sheer arrogance, the entitlement, today we can see it. And you tell me this is not a white supremacy state? You can telling me that these are not the attributes of white supremacy? No, guys, we'd rather leave. We'd rather leave because if we're being honest, the reason why we still have ties with the United States, despite them funding the apartheid regime so many times and even kicking out Nelson Mandela when he came to ask them to pressure international communities into ending apartheid or recognizing apartheid as a crime against humanity, they kicked him out like a dog. So the reason why we actually still have ties to them is because of the white people in this country that benefit from AGOA. The white farmers that claim that they are employing black people, that they are alleviating the high unemployment rate in this country. Yeah, them. They are the reason why we're still holding on to this AGOA nonsense. But until then, guys, there is nothing that ties us to the United States, if we're being honest. Black people are not benefiting from AGOA. Black people are not in the business of importing and exporting. It's not a lot of us that are in the business of importing and exporting. We are not even in these delegation meetings between our two states. Our relationship is beyond repairable, and the ANC refused to grow balls to actually sever ties with these people. We don't need them. They're not helping the average black South African, the majority of this country. They disregard us. These policies that are reiterated by Brent Bozell, these are the Boers' sentiments. That's what they want because their ally is Israel. Israel was the one that helped them throughout apartheid. Hello? They supplied nukes to the apartheid regime. So obviously their loyalty will lie with Mossad, with Israel and the United States. And for them to disregard us and the people that actually helped us, for them to totally disregard where our loyalty lies and claim that they are South Africa, and to hell with the majority that vote for the ANC. If anything, they are pushing us into the ANC's arms. They're pushing us into the ANC's arms. We know where our bread is buttered. Our sincere apologies to Iran. Our sincere condolences to the Khamenei family. We mourn with you guys. We recognize you guys as our allies, as our friend. Our historical ties goes beyond these new policies that the United States want to inflict upon us. We know that you stood with us. Black people actually should recognize Iran as their most biggest ally, if we are being totally honest. I am so mad that this person has the guts, the balls. He's not even been here for a month, but he has the balls to dictate where we should sleep and eat at night. No, he thinks South Africa is India. He thinks he's that. Oh my gosh, U.S. State Secretary of State, or the Vice Secretary of State, Christopher Landau, told Indians that if you want this partnership to be sustainable and beneficial for India, make sure that you don't grow beyond the U.S. Borders, beyond the U.S. scope. You can't be a bigger superpower or it be on the same level with the United States. You're not allowed to if you want this partnership to continue. Isn't this the attributes of white supremacy? But India being India, they're used to being slaves, so they accepted without even thinking twice. So he pisses me off.